The planet Virel 9 was a graveyard of old wars. Rusted machines lay half buried in red dust, and the wind howled through the metal skeletons of fallen warships. No human had set foot here for centuries. Legend said a cursed armor slept beneath the sands, a relic from the first galactic wars made for a human general who had vanished long ago. Every explorer who found it died soon after. 40 in total, warriors, scavengers, even scholars. Their bodies were found lying peacefully, yet their faces showed terror. Some said the armor drank their courage. Others claimed it whispered secrets no human could bear. Now, after centuries of silence, another human had arrived. Captain Elias Dryan was a soldier turned archaeologist. He did not believe in curses. He believed in truth, in history hidden beneath myths. With his small crew and a survey drone hovering above, he stood before a collapsed ruin at sunset. "Commander Dryan," said his assistant Mira, scanning the dust with her wrist tablet, "I'm detecting an energy signature below. Very old, but it's still active. It matches the legends." Elias smiled faintly. "Then the armor is real." The drone projected a hologram of the underground chamber, a perfect circle lined with symbols from an ancient human empire, long before the Galactic Council existed. At its center, something pulsed like a heartbeat, faint but steady. Mira frowned. "Captain, I don't like this. The energy, it feels aware. Almost alive." Elias brushed off her worry. "It's a machine. Machines don't feel. Let's dig." Hours later, as darkness claimed the desert, they broke through the last layer of rock. The chamber below shimmered with soft blue light. The armor stood upright on a pedestal, black metal reflecting no light. It was elegant, powerful, and somehow alive. Elias stepped closer. His chest tightened. He had seen many relics, but this one felt different, like it was watching him. Mira whispered, "That thing killed 40 people," Elias replied quietly. "Then we must make sure I'm not the 41st. He reached out. The moment his fingers brushed the armor, the ground trembled slightly. A soft voice, faint as breath, echoed inside his mind. At last. He froze. "Did you hear that?" Mira looked confused. "Hear what?" The voice came again, clearer now, yet only in his thoughts. "My lord, you've returned." Elias's heart raced. He stumbled back, eyes wide. "It spoke to me." Mira's scanner went wild. "Energy spike." "Captain, step away." But the armor moved. Its plates unfolded like a flower, floating inches above the ground with fluid grace. "Your command awaits," it said. Tone respectful, loyal. Mira screamed. "Captain, it's binding to your biosignature." Blue light wrapped around Elias, pulling him in. He tried to resist, but the armor's hold was gentle yet unstoppable. Plates sealed over his body one by one. His visor darkened, and he heard his own heartbeat echo through the helmet. Then silence. The lights in the chamber dimmed. Mira called his name, voice trembling. The armor's eyes flared red, then shifted to calm blue. When Elias spoke, his voice had changed. It was deeper, metallic, carrying authority. "Mira, it's fine." "I'm fine," she stared at him in shock. "Captain, your vitals are off the charts. The armor, it's rewriting your DNA." Elias raised his hand, and energy surged from his palm. A blast of light struck the wall, melting stone like wax. "What is this?" he whispered. "Power, my lord," the voice said inside his mind. "Your power. You forged me for war. I have awaited your return." Mira backed away slowly. "Captain, you must take that off." "I can't," he said quietly. "It's fused to me." The armor pulsed with warmth, almost affection. "You died once, but I kept your essence within me. Now you live again." Elias's mind spun. He was a soldier, but not a general, not a god. Yet the armor spoke as if he were someone ancient, someone it had served before. "Who do you think I am?" he asked. "You are the Lord of Iron, the one who united the human fleets against the alien swarms. You created me to lead your armies. Do you not remember?" The words chilled him. The legend spoke of a mythical commander who vanished millennia ago during the Great Collapse. Could it be true? Mira trembled. "Captain, we have to leave." "That thing is dangerous." But Elias felt something awakening inside him, memories not his own. Battlefields burning, fleets obeying his orders, alien ships falling before human strength. His heart pounded with strange familiarity. He looked at his reflection in a cracked wall. The armor gleamed with living light, wrapping him in forgotten glory. For the first time in years, he felt not fear, but destiny. Outside, thunder rolled across the desert. The drone recorded everything. sending signals back to the main base. In the far distance, unknown watchers received the data. A machine voice spoke in an alien language. The cursed armor is active again. Humanity's old general has returned. Deep within the armor, the whisper came once more, soft, loyal, and commanding. My lord, your enemies are waiting. Elias raised his glowing hand toward the stormy sky. He did not know if this was the beginning of his rise or his end. He remembered the first time he had held a weapon, when he had sworn to protect humanity. Now he held more than a weapon. He held an entire legacy. The armor hummed with energy, responding to his heartbeat, moving as though alive. Mira tried to reach him. Captain! Please, this isn't you. He shook his head. It is me, and more. Something inside this armor remembers the battles I never lived. It's calling me to something bigger. The desert winds swirled around them, carrying sparks of static electricity from the energy radiating from the armor. Elias felt a connection to every human who had ever worn it. 40 souls, all tied to this suit, all waiting for him to decide what comes next. Suddenly, visions appeared in his mind. Starships in formation, human soldiers standing against impossible odds, alien fleets crumbling under human ingenuity. Elias understood the armor was not evil. It was a weapon, yes, but also a tool of leadership, waiting for a worthy commander. He turned to Mira. Do you see it now? I can feel their courage. The armor preserves it, channels it. That's why the others died. They weren't ready. I am ready. Mira swallowed hard. And if you are wrong? Elias smiled faintly. Then I will learn quickly. The chamber shook again. The armor's voice whispered in his mind, almost like a song of war. Your enemies remember you. The galaxy remembers you. Rise, my lord. Lead them once more. Lightning streaked across the sky above the ruins. Elias raised his fist and the energy flowed from him like a river of light. The ground cracked beneath his feet, but he did not fall. His mind reached across time and space, touching memories of warriors who had gone before him. He had become more than human. He had become a symbol, a reminder that humanity, even after centuries of fear and weakness, could rise again. And deep in the chamber, the cursed armor whispered once more, with loyalty and reverence, my lord, you have returned. Outside, the winds carried the news to far corners of the galaxy. Somewhere, powerful watchers, human and alien alike, noticed the energy spike. Something long dormant had awakened, something that could change the fate of all worlds. Elias looked toward the horizon. His destiny was no longer his own. It belonged to humanity, to those who had fallen and to those who would rise. And as he tightened his grip on the armor's energy, he knew one truth above all. The cursed armor had chosen him. And he would not fail. The battlefield of the past had claimed many, but a new battle was beginning, and this time humanity would not tremble. The desert of Virel 9 lay quiet beneath a dark sky, but the quiet was deceptive. Inside the ancient chamber, Elias Drayan moved with the cursed armor fused to his body. Every step he took sent ripples of energy across the ground. The armor hummed softly, almost like a heartbeat, and the voice within his mind spoke with calm authority. My lord, you must remember the wars. The fleets, the battles, all of it is yours. Elias felt a shiver. The memories the armor gave him were vivid, as if he had lived them all. He saw himself standing on the bridge of a colossal starship, giving orders that shaped entire galaxies. Alien ships fell to human ingenuity, human courage, human will. The thought made his chest ache with a strange pride. Mira hovered near the entrance of the chamber, eyes wide. Captain, you're changing. The armor, it's not just a suit, it's thinking with you. Elias clenched his fists. The armor responded, plates shifting seamlessly with his movements. It is not thinking without me. It is guiding me, giving me what I need to protect humanity. Mira stepped closer, holding her scanner. But Captain, 40 people died before you. The armor isn't meant to be worn by ordinary humans. I am not ordinary, Elias said firmly. He lifted his head, eyes glowing faintly blue from within the helmet. I survived the wars, Mira. I survived the galaxy's dangers. This armor chose me because I am ready. Outside, the desert winds howled. Thunder rolled across the distant cliffs. Yet within the chamber, a calm authority prevailed. The armor whispered constantly, recounting strategy, history, and warnings. Elias listened, absorbing everything like a sponge, understanding battles he had never fought in this lifetime. Enemy fleets will return, the armor said. They remember the Lord of Iron. They fear what humanity can achieve when united. You must act, Elias nodded. Then we start now. Prepare the ship. We leave this world. Mira's hands trembled as she worked the scanner. Captain, are you sure? The armor, it may be alive. It might decide for itself. We can't control it completely. Elias placed a hand on her shoulder. Mira, trust me. It serves humanity and it serves me. That is enough. Outside, the wind carried distant sounds, signals from alien watchers far across the galaxy. Unknown fleets dormant for centuries had detected the armor's awakening. Somewhere, sentinels reported, the human general has returned. Prepare for resistance. Inside the chamber, Elias lifted off his helmet visor. His eyes glowed faint blue. He could feel the armor's power coursing through his veins. Energy flowed through him like liquid light, enhancing his strength, speed, and awareness. Every nerve in his body vibrated with potential. We must leave the planet, the armor whispered. The galaxy awaits. The council will notice. And so will your enemies. Elias nodded. Then we leave. But first, the weapon. He turned toward the pedestal where the armor had first awakened. Upon it lay a small device, a cube of black metal etched with the same glowing symbols as the suit. The armor responded immediately. This is the core. It holds the essence of every warrior who has worn me. Take it, my lord, it will increase your power further. Elias hesitated. He had heard stories. The core could strengthen the wearer, but many who tried were consumed. 40 warriors had fallen to its lure. He closed his eyes and breathed deeply. I am ready. The moment he touched the core, it sank into the armor. Light exploded across the chamber, forcing Mira to shield her eyes. Elias screamed, not in pain, but in the sudden rush of memories, visions, and wisdom from centuries past. He saw battles on distant planets, human soldiers standing against impossible odds, and alien fleets falling in awe at human ingenuity. When the light dimmed, Elias stood taller. The armor shimmered with a new intensity. His voice, when he spoke, carried authority that echoed across the chamber. I am ready, he said. Mira could only stare. Captain, I've never seen anything like this. Elias placed his hand on her shoulder again. Mira, humanity is about to rise, and we are the beginning. They returned to the surface. The sky was dark, storm clouds swirling above the ruins. The desert winds had strengthened. Elias looked across the barren land and felt something deep within, a connection to every human who had walked these stars. The armor whispered again, not commands this time, but stories, tales of courage, sacrifice, and triumph. They believe us gone, but humanity cannot be destroyed. Not while you live, my lord. Elias's hand clenched into a fist. Then we show them. We remind them. Mira scanned the horizon. Captain, there's something approaching. It's not human. Elias raised his arm. Energy pulsed from his palm, illuminating the desert. From the shadows, strange machines emerged. They moved with precision, hovering slightly above the sand. Their shapes were alien, their weapons glowing with energy. The armor whispered calmly. Enemy sentinels, testers. They are here to measure our strength. Do not fear. Elias's heart raced, but he did not hesitate. The lessons from the visions, the strategies, the tactics, the confidence flooded into him. He moved forward. Energy erupted from the armor, forming a protective shield around him and Mira. The first wave of alien sentinels advanced, firing beams of blue light. The armor absorbed the energy, redirecting it toward the attackers. Each blast shattered the machines with precision, almost as if Elias had fought them before. Mira gasped. Captain, how are you doing that? Elias smiled beneath the helmet. The armor guides me. It remembers everything it was created for. I just need to trust it. And myself, the alien sentinels, hesitated. Elias sensed their caution. They were programmed to test humanity's limits. And now they saw a human unlike any they had encountered before. The armor pulsed. They fear what you represent, my lord. Humanity's strength, our resolve. Show them. Elias raised his arm again. A wave of energy surged forward, melting the sentinels' weapons and tossing them aside like toys. The remaining machines scattered and retreated into the desert. Mira stared in awe. Captain, you just destroyed them all. And you didn't even touch them directly. Elias lowered his hand. The energy receded, leaving a faint blue glow on the sand. I didn't need to. They learned the lesson. Humanity is stronger than they thought, and I am its voice. The storm above calmed slightly as if acknowledging his victory. Yet Elias knew this was only the beginning. The galaxy would not ignore the return of the Lord of Iron. We must move quickly, the armor whispered. The Council and our enemies will respond. Our fleets are scattered, but humanity can rise again. You must lead. Elias looked at Mira. We leave this desert. We find allies. We remind humanity of what we can achieve together. Mira nodded. Captain, I'll follow you, but this is beyond anything I imagined. Elias smiled. Then you will see it for yourself. Humanity can be more than just survivors. We can be legends. The two of them boarded the transport ship that had brought them to the desert. As the engines roared to life, Elias felt the armor tighten around him. Not as a restraint, but as an embrace, a reminder of its loyalty and the responsibility now resting on his shoulders. My lord, the armor whispered, almost reverently, your time has come. The galaxy waits. Humanity will rise again through you. Elias stared at the stars beyond the cockpit window. Countless worlds, countless civilizations, all unaware that a force of human strength had awakened. He felt the courage of every human who had walked before him, the lessons of 40 warriors who had worn the armor, and the weight of a destiny that had been waiting for centuries. He raised his hand to the controls, set a course for the nearest human colony. It's time we remind the galaxy who we are. Mira glanced at him nervously. Captain, do you know what's coming? Elias shook his head. Not entirely, but I know we are ready. Humanity has faced worse, and now we rise again. The stars stretched before them like a path of light. The cursed armor hummed in resonance with the ship, with Elias and with the heartbeat of humanity itself. The galaxy would soon learn that one human, guided by the courage and wisdom of centuries, could change everything. And deep in the armor, the voice whispered once more, loyal and unwavering, my lord, we march together. The universe will remember your name. The transport ship glided through the dark void of space, stars stretching endlessly in every direction. Elias Drayan sat in the cockpit, the cursed armor humming softly around him. Its energy pulsed with every heartbeat, guiding him, strengthening him, connecting him to memories of battles he had never truly lived but now seemed as real as breathing. Mira monitored the ship's sensors, her eyes wide with a mixture of fear and awe. Captain, the galaxy hasn't seen anything like this in centuries. Do you realize how many ships will react when they detect you? Elias didn't answer immediately. Instead, he stared at the glowing map of nearby systems. Human colonies were scattered, weakened after decades of isolation. Alien fleets patrolled the borders, keeping humanity divided and cautious. But Elias could feel the armor's confidence, the same confidence it had once given to 40 warriors before him. My lord, the armor whispered, its voice steady and calm. The galaxy tests strength. Our first challenge approaches. We must be prepared to act, to inspire, and to lead. Elias clenched his fists. Then let them come. Humanity will not cower. Hours later, as they approached the nearest human colony, the sensors picked up movement. A fleet of alien ships, sleek and dark, drifted silently toward the colony. These were scouts, advanced machines programmed to test human defenses. They moved with precision and coordination that spoke of centuries of strategy. Mira gasped. Captain, they're coming directly for the colony. If they attack, thousands could die. Elias's eyes glowed faint blue beneath the helmet. Then we don't wait. We lead. The armor pulsed as he activated its full interface. Energy flowed through his body, enhancing his reflexes, strength, and awareness. Every memory stored in the armor, the strategies, the tactics, the knowledge of war merged with his own thoughts. He no longer acted alone. He acted with centuries of experience, guided by the will of humanity itself. We will not fail, the armor whispered. Trust in your judgment. Trust in your courage. And above all, trust humanity. The transport ship dropped out of hyperspace, entering orbit above the colony. From above, the alien fleet looked immense, intimidating, and deadly. Each ship was armed with energy weapons capable of destroying entire cities. But Elias did not flinch. He activated the armor's energy shield, which shimmered over the ship like liquid light. Prepare for evasive maneuvers, he commanded. We are not just defending the colony. We are showing the galaxy what humans are capable of. Mira's hands flew over the control panel. Captain, their fleet is splitting. Some ships are moving to attack the colony directly, while others are targeting us. Elias's jaw tightened. The armor whispered strategies faster than he could speak. Divide and conquer. Focus on the leadership. Human ingenuity will turn the tide. Use them against themselves, he nodded. Understood. Target the command ships first. Draw the rest into the colony's defenses. With a wave of his hand, energy erupted from the armor, forming concentrated beams that struck the lead alien ships. The beams pierced their hulls, temporarily disabling them. Other ships halted, confused by the sudden display of power. Elias could feel their fear, programmed logic meeting a force it could not predict. Do you see? The armor whispered. They underestimate humans. That is our advantage. Use it wisely. Elias raised both hands. Waves of energy radiated outward, disabling the alien fleet's targeting systems. Missiles veered off course, weapons jammed, and the fleet's coordination began to collapse. Every movement he made was precise, guided by the armor's memory of battles, strategies, and outcomes. Mira stared, wide-eyed. Captain, you're controlling their systems without even touching them. He shook his head slightly. Not controlling them, guiding them, showing them what humans can do. Fear is as much a weapon as energy. From the colony below, human ships began to take action. Pilots who had never seen such power before felt inspired. They coordinated with unprecedented efficiency, attacking in precise formations. They had seen fear in the alien fleet and now moved with confidence. The armor whispered, inspire, protect, lead. Humanity will follow, and through you, they will rise. Elias turned his attention to the central command ship of the alien fleet. It was heavily armored, bristling with weapons and moving like a predator. But the armor had memories of similar battles, showing him vulnerabilities. He raised his hand, and energy beams struck the ship in rapid succession, exploiting weak points with precision. The alien ship shuddered, sparks flying across its hull. Then it retreated slightly, signaling the rest of the fleet to pull back. Elias could feel the hesitation, the doubt spreading through their automated minds. Captain, they're retreating, Mira shouted. We did it. Elias lowered his hands. The armor's glow softened. We did more than survive. We showed them that humans are not weak, that they cannot be ignored. The fleet scattered into the void, leaving behind damaged ships as proof of humanity's renewed strength. Below, the colony erupted in celebration. Citizens cheered, pilots saluted, and commanders looked to the skies, realizing a new force had awakened. Mira turned to Elias. Captain, the armor, it's amazing. But how do we keep this power from consuming you? Elias touched the armor lightly. It doesn't consume me. It reminds me of what humans are capable of. We survive because we adapt. We survive because we lead. And this armor, it guides us, not controls us. The transport ship descended to the colony. Elias stepped out, the armor gleaming in the light of twin suns. Citizens gathered, staring in awe at the human who had defeated an alien fleet single-handedly. He raised his hand and energy rippled over the city, not as a weapon, but as a symbol of protection. People of humanity, he said, voice amplified by the armor. You have been tested, and now you see that together, we are stronger than anything the galaxy sends against us. Stand tall and remember, humanity will rise. The crowd erupted in cheers. Mira stayed close, scanning the city's sensors. Captain, they've never seen anything like this before. You've given them hope. Elias smiled beneath the helmet. Hope is more powerful than fear, and today humanity remembers its strength. The armor pulsed softly, almost like a heartbeat. The first challenge is complete, my lord, humanity remembers, and our enemies will take note. But this is only the beginning. Elias looked to the stars, knowing the battles ahead would be even greater. Fleets across the galaxy would hear of this victory. Human colonies would rally. Alien invaders would reconsider, and he would continue to lead them, guided by courage, wisdom, and the armor that carried the strength of generations. Prepare the fleet, he said to Mira. We can't stop here. Other colonies need us. Humanity needs a symbol of strength. Mira nodded. Yes, Captain. I'll start organizing reinforcements and sending messages to allied colonies. Elias glanced at the armor. We are ready, it whispered. Humanity is ready, and we march together. The sun set behind the horizon, painting the colony in golden light. Elias stood tall, armored and powerful, a living symbol of human potential. The citizens below would remember this day, and the galaxy would never forget the return of the Lord of Iron. Somewhere in the darkness of space, alien observers sent reports back to distant empires. The human general has returned, they warned, and he is unlike any we have faced before. Elias's eyes glowed brighter beneath the helmet. Then let them see us. Let them know that humanity does not bow, that humanity will rise, and we will lead. The armor pulsed in agreement, and together Elias and the cursed armor prepared to journey to the next colony. Battles awaited, yes, but more importantly, hope awaited. Humanity had found a leader once more, and through him, the galaxy would learn the true meaning of courage. The galaxy had begun to notice. Across countless systems, human colonies whispered rumors of the return of the Lord of Iron. Fleets that once operated independently now looked toward a single point of hope. And at the center of it all stood Captain Elias Drayan, armored in the cursed suit that pulsed with the strength of 40 warriors who had gone before him. Elias sat aboard his command ship, orbiting the colony that had witnessed his first victory. The armor hummed, scanning the surrounding star systems. The pulse of alien fleets echoed faintly through space, probing the boundaries of human territory. He knew their reports would reach command centers light years away. The galaxy's attention was focused on humanity again, some with fear, others with curiosity. "My lord," the armor whispered in his mind, calm and commanding. "Your enemies gather. Their greatest fleet moves to test your resolve. Humanity's future hangs in the balance. Are you ready?" Elias clenched his fists. "I am ready. This time we fight not just to survive, but to show the galaxy what humans can achieve." Mira worked tirelessly at the console, her eyes scanning energy signatures and fleet movements. "Captain, the alien fleet is massive. It's unlike anything humans have faced before. Thousands of ships, all coordinating attacks across multiple systems. We can't engage them directly without allies." Elias shook his head. "We don't need allies yet. Not to make a statement. We need precision, strategy, and courage, and we have all three." The armor pulsed in agreement. "Then let the lesson begin. Humanity will rise through you, my lord." Elias activated the armor's full energy output. Waves of light radiated through the command ship, enhancing every human soldier aboard, linking their minds and instincts to the tactical intelligence stored within the suit. The effect was immediate. Humans who had never fought together moved in perfect synchronization. Decisions that once took minutes now took seconds. Every pilot, every gunner, every soldier acted as one unified force, guided by Elias and the centuries of wisdom the armor carried. From the viewport, the alien fleet appeared like a shadow against the stars, silent, precise, and imposing. Their ships glowed with unfamiliar energy, their weapons capable of annihilating entire colonies. But Elias did not flinch. He could feel the pulse of the armor, the memories of battles, victories, and strategies of a time long gone but never forgotten. "Focus on their command ships," the armor whispered. "Their fleets are only as strong as those who lead them. Strike their minds and the rest will falter." Elias raised his hand. Energy beams shot forward, not to destroy but to disable and confuse the alien command ships. Their weapons glitched, communications faltered, and hesitation spread across the fleet. It was the first time the aliens had encountered a force they could not predict. "Captain, they're pausing," Mira whispered, awed. "They've never experienced anything like this before." Elias nodded. "Good, let them doubt. Confusion is as powerful as any weapon." The alien fleet responded with volleys of energy. Beams struck the command ship, but the armor absorbed and redirected them, converting the attacks into power for the human fleet. Every blast strengthened the humans' resolve. Every strike reminded them of the strength within themselves. "You must inspire them, my lord," the armor said. "Show them that humanity is not weak, not small, and not divided. Unite them." Elias turned to the human pilots. "Remember who you are. Remember your courage, your homes, your families, and everything humans have built across the stars. Today we rise together." The soldiers responded instinctively. They moved in flawless formation, weapons striking with precision, shields coordinating to protect every ship in the fleet. The human forces were no longer isolated groups. They were a single organism guided by the armor, led by Elias, and strengthened by courage. Energy arcs flew through space as Elias used the armor to project waves of strategic commands directly into the minds of human pilots. No one hesitated. No one faltered. They became extensions of the armor's will, acting with a speed and intelligence far beyond ordinary human capability. The alien fleet tried to counter. Their leaders adjusted tactics, attempting to exploit weaknesses, but Elias anticipated every move. Memories from the armor, tactics used centuries ago against superior forces, flashed through his mind. Every strike, every maneuver, every counterattack was calculated to perfection. They are formidable, Mira said, but they underestimate humanity. They never expected this level of coordination, this power. Elias smiled faintly beneath the helmet. They are learning, Mira, and they will not forget. The battle raged across the stars for hours. Energy beams tore through space, ships collided, and explosions lit the void. Yet the human fleet, guided by Elias and the armor, pressed forward. Each victory inspired another, and morale soared. Finally, the alien command ship appeared vulnerable. Its shields flickered, its weapons misfired. Elias extended his hand, focusing the full energy of the armor into one precise strike. The beam hit the alien flagship directly, not to destroy but to disable its systems permanently. Sparks flew, engines faltered, and the alien fleet faltered in disarray. It works, Mira breathed. You've done it, Captain. Their command is broken. Elias lowered his arm. Not yet. We must secure victory and protect humanity's colonies. The remaining alien ships scattered, retreating into the void. They would regroup, yes, but the lesson had been delivered. Humanity had risen from isolation, guided by courage, strategy, and leadership. They had shown that they were not to be underestimated. The citizens of human colonies celebrated as news of the victory spread. Pilots returned with cheers, soldiers saluted their leader, and every colony felt a renewed sense of hope. They had seen humanity's potential, and it was greater than anyone had imagined. Elias stood on the command ship's bridge, the armor gleaming like living metal. This is only the beginning, the armor whispered. The galaxy has noticed. Others will challenge us, but humanity has awakened. He nodded. Let them come. We are ready. We fight not to conquer, but to inspire. We fight to show what humans can achieve when they stand together. Mira glanced at the armor. Captain, it's amazing. But how will we handle the next fleet or the next war? Won't they just keep coming? Elias placed a hand on her shoulder. Yes, but now we know something they do not. Humanity is not weak. Humanity does not give up, and humanity has a leader who can unite them. That is our strength. That is why we will rise. The armor pulsed in agreement, its voice resonating with loyalty and pride. My lord, humanity will follow. Through you we lead them to greatness. Let the galaxy remember this day. Elias raised his hand toward the stars, energy radiating outward as a symbol of protection and hope. The galaxies beyond would hear the message. Humanity was alive, united, and stronger than ever before. From distant systems, reports began to arrive. Other alien fleets hesitated, human colonies sent reinforcements, and the stars themselves seemed to shine brighter in acknowledgement of the courage and strength of one human, guided by the cursed armor. Elias turned to Mira. We move to the next colony. Others are counting on us. We lead, we inspire, and we protect. Humanity's future is in our hands. Mira nodded, pride and awe in her eyes. Captain, I'll follow you anywhere. The ship left orbit, heading toward the next system. The armor hummed, radiant and alive, carrying the wisdom, courage, and strength of centuries. Elias felt it in every step, every breath, every heartbeat. They were no longer just a man and a suit. They were a symbol of hope for an entire species. My lord, the armor whispered one last time. The galaxy will remember your name. Humanity will rise, and it will rise through you. Together we are unstoppable. Elias smiled beneath the helmet. Then let them see humanity's strength. Let them learn that courage, wisdom, and unity can overcome any obstacle. Today we rise. Tomorrow we lead. And always, we inspire. The stars stretched before them like a ribbon of light, guiding the transport ship to the next colony. Humanity's journey had only just begun. But one thing was certain. Through courage, leadership, and the indomitable spirit of one human and his cursed armor, the galaxy would never again underestimate what humans could achieve. And deep within the armor, the voice whispered, loyal and unwavering,